Twin flames after ego death. Dark night of the soul transformation. Today, we delve into the realms of life after ego death, unveiling the transformative nature and the radiant dawn that follows. This journey is not just philosophical or spiritual, it is deeply experiential, and for many, it becomes the turning point that reshapes identity, relationships, and purpose. Ego death, the dissolution of the constructed self. Ego death is not a physical demise but a psychological and spiritual unraveling of the self. It is a moment when the ego, the constructed identity we cling to, dissolves, allowing individuals to transcend the limitations of personal perspective. This experience often occurs through intense spiritual practices, psychedelic journeys, mystical awakenings, or profound moments of existential crisis. The ego is like a mask, crafted over years by society, upbringing, traumas, and personal desires. While it helps us function in the world, it also limits us, binding us to roles, labels, and fears. When ego death occurs, these familiar structures collapse. The boundaries between self and others blur, unveiling the interconnected nature of all existence. This sensation of losing oneself can be disconcerting, even terrifying. Without the ego's scaffolding, life feels like free falling into the unknown. Yet, those who traverse this challenging terrain often report a paradoxical experience, a profound sense of liberation and a newfound oneness with the universe. Some describe it as dying before dying, where the small self vanishes and a greater awareness emerges. In the twin flame journey, this dissolution often prepares one or both partners to shed illusions, heal karmic cycles, and move into deeper union not just with each other, but with the divine essence within. The dark night of the soul, navigating the abyss. Following the dissolution of the ego, many individuals find themselves thrust into the abyss of the dark night of the soul. This metaphorical descent into darkness is a period of profound introspection, confronting the deepest fears, insecurities, and unresolved traumas hidden beneath the surface. The dark night is not punishment, it is purification. It is the psyche's way of shedding what no longer serves, though it often feels like everything familiar is stripped away. Relationships may collapse, careers lose meaning, and long-held beliefs fall apart. The old world dissolves, but the new has not yet emerged. For twin flames, the dark night often surfaces during separation phases. One or both partners may retreat inward, triggered by the intensity of the connection. What follows is not abandonment but transformation, where the soul demands healing before reunion can occur. What it feels like, navigating the depths. Life after ego death and the subsequent descent into the dark night of the soul can be likened to navigating uncharted waters. The familiar landmarks of identity have vanished, and one is left to confront the vast unknown. Emotions may swing wildly, grief, despair, loneliness, or emptiness, yet also moments of inexplicable bliss and flashes of divine insight. It is a cycle of deconstruction and revelation. The sensation of losing oneself and the purging of emotional baggage can be akin to a spiritual detoxification. Heightened sensitivity often accompanies this stage. The world is perceived with rawness, as if seen through new eyes. The mundane takes on profound significance. The rustling of leaves, the laughter of a child, the quiet of the night sky. The interconnectedness of all things becomes palpable, and intuition grows sharper. It is crucial to note that the journey through the dark night is not linear. The intensity varies from person to person and phase to phase. Some may experience brief periods of divine clarity, while others feel submerged in shadows for months or even years. Yet the key lies in embracing the process, surrendering to the flow, and trusting in the transformative power of the journey. Transformation through the dark night. A gradual transformation occurs as the individual moves through the dark night of the soul. The shadows that once held dominion over the psyche begin to dissipate, creating a more authentic and integrated self. This process is akin to the phoenix rising from the ashes, a symbolic rebirth into a new way of being. What dies is not the true self, but the false self, the ego-driven persona that once dictated behavior and limited growth. For twin flames, the transformation often manifests as the shedding of codependencies, toxic cycles, and illusions about love. Instead of seeing the other as a savior or mirror of wounds, the relationship begins to evolve into a sacred partnership rooted in authenticity, freedom, and unconditional acceptance. The radiant dawn, emergence after darkness. A profound sense of inner peace, clarity, and a deepened connection to the essence of existence characterizes life after ego death. Having confronted their darkness, the individual becomes a beacon of light for others on the path. Compassion and empathy flow naturally as the egoic barriers that once separated the self from others crumble away. The radiant dawn is not a static state but a dynamic and ongoing process of growth and evolution. It involves integrating the lessons learned in the depths of the dark night into everyday life. Relationships become more authentic, no longer based on pretense or unhealed wounds. Creativity flows effortlessly, as rigid patterns no longer constrain the mind. A sense of purpose and meaning infuses every aspect of existence, aligning the individual with their soul mission. For those on the twin flame journey, this is the stage where union becomes possible, not always in the romantic sense, but in a higher energetic alignment. Both partners, having burned through illusions, can now stand in their wholeness, reflecting divine love to each other without the distortions of ego. Life after ego death. A continuous unfolding. Life after ego death is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and its capacity for profound transformation. While the journey may be arduous, the rewards are immeasurable. It is a journey that transcends the individual and ripples outward, contributing to the collective evolution of consciousness. Importantly, life after ego death is not an endpoint, but a continuous unfolding, a dance with the mysteries of existence. Each step reveals new layers of truth, and each challenge opens deeper wisdom. In this dance, we discover the profound truth that the essence of who we are transcends the limitations of the ego, and we become co-creators in the unfolding tapestry of life. Twin flames and collective awakening. The twin flame connection magnifies the journey through ego death and the dark night of the soul. Because the bond reflects the deepest wounds and the highest potential, it accelerates transformation. The pain of separation, the push and pull dynamic, and the raw intensity of the connection all serve to dismantle ego structures and awaken the soul. When one or both partners undergo ego death, the dynamic shifts dramatically. The attachment-driven pursuit transforms into soulful recognition. What once was a mirror of pain becomes a mirror of truth. Union, whether physical, spiritual, or both, becomes less about possession and more about co-creation. In a broader sense, each individual's healing journey contributes to the collective awakening of humanity. As more people move through ego death, the dark night, and into radiant dawn, the vibration of the planet itself rises. Twin flames, therefore, are not only healing their personal journey, but also anchoring templates of divine love and conscious evolution for the collective. Final reflection. Ego death, the dark night of the soul, and the radiant life that follows are not abstract ideas but lived realities for those on the path of awakening. For twin flames, this journey carries an added intensity, as the bond itself acts as a catalyst for transformation. To lose the ego is to find the soul. To endure the dark night is to be reborn in light. To live after ego death is to walk as both human and divine, grounded in compassion yet soaring in spirit. The journey is ongoing, a spiral of growth, healing, and expansion. And in that spiral we realize the ultimate truth, that love, stripped of ego and fear, is the very essence of our being.